Here's a question about hair loss. Hey, Steve, a while back you answered a question on hair loss. I'm 23. I used to have a lot of hair, but lately it seems that the hair has been going. I used to be overweight, and I was able to lose weight by working out and watching my diet. I've tried biotin and some other products here and there, but I think it's irreversible. I'm getting married in May, and I just dread having thinned out hair on my wedding day. It's something that I worry about because I'm still young, and I feel like I shouldn't be losing my hair. I know that it's what's on the inside that counts, but appearances matter for my own appearance and self-esteem. Can you speak to hair loss and how to deal with it? Thank you. The podcast is my go-to listen while I'm in the gym. This is Chris from Louisville, Kentucky. Chris, I got a quick story for you. When I got into business, I got broke in by a guy named Gentleman Chris Adams. Here's the thing about pro wrestling. Whoever breaks you in, whoever becomes your mentor in pro wrestling, you think that seemingly they would have all the answers to life questions. So I remember when I was in Atlanta, Georgia, wrestling for WCW, and I was 25, 26 years old, give or take, something like that, and I started to lose my hair. I had that long blonde hair, but it was kind of thin, and I was starting to get the widow's peaks, starting to creep up, and I had that little crown right there in the middle, and I knew my days with long hair were numbered. And back at the time, my hair was beautiful. It was just gorgeous white hair, and I never dyed it, never did nothing to it. That was natural colored hair that women would kill for. So anyway, I started losing my hair, so I figured, well, I better call Chris Adams and ask what to do. So I was in Atlanta. Chris was in Dallas. I called him up on the phone. I said, hey, Chris, it's Steve. He goes, yeah, Steve, what's going on? I said, hey, man, I said, I'm kind of starting to lose my hair. What do you think I should do? Well, Chris is a goddamn pro wrestler. He don't know what the fuck to do. He's got plenty of hair. He goes, shit, Steve, I don't know. So I said, okay, man, I'll catch you later. I hung up the phone. So back in the day, Hair Club for Men was running pretty strong out there in the ATL, Atlanta, Georgia. So I called up and booked an appointment. And I went down there, nervous as hell, to see what they was going to tell me about me losing my hair, what I could do about hair replacement. I go into the examining room. A very attractive blonde lady came in. She put on some rubber gloves. She picked up 2 wooden sticks, those kind they use for tongue depressors, and she starts looking at my hair, my scalp, and kind of brushing through it with them wooden sticks. And she starts saying, all right, well, you know, we can take this over here from the back, and we can put it over here, and we can use something from over here and put it over on this side. And while she's telling me this, I'm listening to everything she's saying. And I'm thinking, as soon as I hear what she's saying, I'm thinking, oh, hell no. I ain't getting no hair plugs. I ain't getting no bullshit on my head because, first of all, this is probably 92, 93, like 94 at the latest. Technology wasn't up to speed. And even today, I just wouldn't undergo a hair deal because it ain't my cup of tea. Right now, when you're changing channels on TV, you'll see all these hair club replacement gimmicks or whatever the story is. Guys out there riding their bicycle with the wind blowing through their hair. Guy comes up out of the water, just got finished diving in with his girlfriend who's wearing a bikini and it's pretty hot. And she just looks at him lovingly and he's got that hair and he kind of brushes it back. Hey, ain't my thing, brother. If that's what you want to do with your head, that's cool. So to answer your question, Chris, you know, that's when I got called by WWF. And, you know, I kept that hair for another couple of years, but I knew the writing was on the wall. It wasn't a great look, and I'd cut it short in WCW for a couple of years just due to the fact that it was so stringy. And then when I came to WWF, Vince kind of wanted me to change my look. I was actually in the process when I was down in ECW of growing it back out. You know, I was going to hang on to it for as long as I could. But when Vince called me and wanted me to go up there and be the ringmaster, he wanted me to change my appearance so people would forget about who I was and think about who I now was making their debut in WWF. So after watching the Pulp Fiction movie with Bruce Willis, that's the haircut that inspired me to get a buzz cut. A couple of months later, I was traveling on the road with Dustin Rhodes. Goldust and me traveled together. We was working Pittsburgh, Mellon Arena. And before I went to the show that night, I just said, fuck it. I went in the bathroom with a razor blade and shaved all my hair off. It was only about, a half-inch thick anyway, and my hair was so light colored it damn near looked like I was bald, but it just had that scruffy appearance, and it didn't look good, so I shaved it all off, and it turns out that was one of the keys to my appearance. Then I grew in the goatee, and everything came full circle, so I don't want to go into my wrestling gimmick, but telling you at 23, hey, dude, it is what it is. Check out one of them hair replacements if you want to do that. Don't do the comb-over thing. That's lame. You might end up shaving your damn hair. You might end up shaving your damn head. If anything, look at getting a buzz cut. We used to call it a burr back in Edna, Texas. I don't know what they call it these days. But check into doing something like that. And at the end of the day, hey, man, if you and your girl are tight and y'all are getting married, the bottom line is hopefully she loves you, and she's going to love you with hair or without hair. When I met my wife, Kristen, 10, 11 years ago in World Gym before we started dating, then we started dating, ended up getting married. She had never dated a bald guy in her entire life because most of the guys have hair. Well, I didn't. It didn't deter me from success, and was probably one of the biggest reasons I had success because it was the best look for me. So maybe you without hair will be the best look for you. The question is, how do you adjust to shaving your head bald after having those years of hair? The reason I'm asking is I'm 24 years old and got diagnosed with alopecia, therefore lost my hair within a few months and still find it strange that I'm bald. I thought since you've been one of my heroes since I was a kid, who would be better to ask? So it would be great to hear your view. I put a picture of before and after of my hair. Thanks, Stephen from Glasgow, Scotland. Well, Stephen, I saw your pictures that you sent. And your first picture you sent me with hair, handsome young man, and you had a cute girl. If that's your girlfriend, she's very cute, sitting on your lap. And the next picture you sent, it was just you solo. So hopefully your girlfriend is still with you now that you don't have any hair. So, hey, how did you adjust to shaving your head bald after all those years of hair? Man, hey, well, ain't no other thing like a chicken wing on a shoestring. I was starting to lose my hair, and I needed a little bit different look. I buzzed it down like Bruce Willis in Pulp Fiction back in the day. And then, one night right there before he was wrestling Pittsburgh at Mellon Arena, traveling with Goldust, decided to go ahead and shave all that shit off. And so it was just a transitional thing for me. Had all the hair. I had that hairline receding thing and just shaved my shit off. Well, that didn't bother me in the least. Part of life. You look good with a bald head. At least you got a cool shaped head from what I've seen in the pictures. Again, hopefully you're still with your girlfriend. But, dude, just keep going down the road. I wouldn't take a bunch of pills to get my damn hair grow back if it was an option. So, fuck that shit. You cool. And what you'll notice is, now that you got a bald head, temperature control. Hair is a great insulator. When I'm walking around out in the cold, most of the heat escapes the body by going, through your scalp. So, man, out there in cold weather, that's why I always wear a baseball hat so I can regulate my temperature just with a cap. Cap is my first go-to thing when I get out in the cold. Obviously, with my jacket. But, hey, Teddy, speaking of jackets, Teddy got me a Carhartt jacket for Christmas I was bragging about. Got a car. I probably the only son bitch in Los Angeles got a Carhartt jacket. That motherfucker's keeping my ass warm out there. I damn near brought it over here to Las Vegas, but I didn't figure I was going to need it. So thank you for the Carhartt. Man, grab my Carhartt jacket and baseball cap. So whether you like to wear a beanie hat or what do you call them? What do you call that pullover hat you wear?
A little skull cap.
Yeah, a little skull cap or something like that. You got to keep your dome covered for temperature control. And obviously when you're too hot, take that shit off and your head can breathe. So anyway, you'll be fine. Steve Austin shaved head. Why does Steve Austin shave his head? What razor and shaving cream does Steve Austin use to shave his head? Matthew asks.
Someone really wants to know that.
Yeah, Matthew. Why does Steve Austin shave his head? Because the motherfucker's going bald. I started losing my hair, widow's peak, when I was 24, 25 years old down there in WCW. I saw the writing on the wall. Fuck, if I tried to grow my hair back right now, I'd look like an idiot. With all due respect that people are losing their hair and won't cut it, I would look stupid as fuck. So, shaving my head, the fact that I was going bald, turned out to be the best thing that could have ever happened to me, because as stunning Steve Austin, you know, back in my day when I first got into business, I was actually a pretty good-looking cat with a decent physique. But when I turned into Stone Cold Steve Austin, that hair would have never worked.
I cannot picture you with hair.
You've seen those pictures of
I
me.
know,
Every
but
now and then
it's-
someone will tweet
yeah.
me one. It's not like I carry around a photo album of my career and say, here's a picture of me when I was 26 and had a head full of long, blonde, beautiful hair. So I shaved my head because I'm going bald. And so for all practical purposes, I am bald.
And
But-
it works for you.
yeah, it works for me, but man, sometimes, you know, like when we're in deer season or whatever, I won't shave for about a week, week and a half, and I'll start looking pretty shitty. And then I'll always tell my wife, I said, I think I'm going to go ahead and grow my beard out again this year. And my wife says, do you have to? You look so much better without your beard.
You look so much more handsome when you're clean shaven. See?
Yeah, I'm a good one. She's over there rolling her eyes. What razor and shaving cream do I use? Man, I like a twin blade razor. As far as shaving cream goes, any of it will work. I like that kind, that gel is blue, and then you rub it on your head, it turns white or whatever. So shaving cream is shaving cream. Half the time I run out down at the ranch and I'll just use soap and water. And my other trick is when I'm in a hotel sometimes, if they got those little gimmick conditioner bottles, I'll just squirt conditioner all over my head and on my face. As long as you got something slippery for some kind of lubrication, I don't let it sit on there long enough to soften the whiskers up, and that's all you use. But soap and water will work any old day in the week.
That's an interesting question.
Well, Kristen, you shave your legs every goddamn day.
Yeah.
What do you use to shave your legs?
Soap.
Soap and water.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
And
Why
your
you gotta
leftover razors.
Why you got to shave your legs every single day? Is that normal for like all of your friends?
I don't like stubble.
Well, I don't either.
Well, there you go.
Well, can't get hot about it.